Morning, everybody. I hope I'm coming in loud and clear. Welcome to the Thursday edition of the Morning Brew. And I am sorry for the lack of Cam. I'm still feeling a little bit from an unwanted visitor, and that's all the information I'm going to give you live. So today we have got some rather interesting stories to cover. We also have a bonus story in the description section that you guys might find of interest. It's we'll talk about that a little bit later. So let's get into the news now. GOP senators try to breathe life in failing health bill. They are still at it. To resolve disputes over repealing and replacing President Barack Obama's health care law. And no one offers specific examples of any progress. Big surprise there, right? Reviving the legislation will require party leaders to win support from at least 50 of the 52 GOP senators, a threshold they've been short of for weeks. Aiming to finally resolve the issue, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he'll force a vote on the legislation early next week. I'm ready to act, Donald Trump said, foisting the responsibility on Republican lawmakers, not himself. During last year's presidential campaign, he had declared repeatedly it would be so easy to get rid of the Obama law. Little did he know it wasn't going to be as easy as he thought it was, right? Oh, yes. Earlier in the week, the latest Senate GOP healthcare plan collapsed, leading Trump to call for simply letting Obama's law fail. McConnell indicated he was prepared to stick a fork in the Republican bill and move on to other issues, including overhauling the tax code. Trump pressured McConnell to delay the key vote until next week, and he invited Republican senators to the White House for lunch. For 7 years, you promised the American people that you would repeal Obamacare. People are hurting. Inaction is not an option, and frankly, I don't think we should leave town unless we have a health insurance plan, he said. This is an allusion to making them not go on a recess until they get this resolved. Let me see. Seated next to Nevada Senator Dean Heller, who was vulnerable in next year's midterm election, Trump remarked he wants to remain a senator, doesn't he? As Heller gave a strained grin. It sounds like a veiled threat, but it isn't up to Trump as to who stays in office and who gets voted out. So that particular veiled threat is an empty one, in my opinion. Two different versions of repeal and replace legislation fell short of votes before coming to the floor, pushing him to announce Monday night that he would retreat to a repeal-only bill that had passed Congress when Obama was in office. But that bill, too, died a premature death as 3 GOP senators announced their opposition on Tuesday, one more than McConnell can lose in the closely divided Senate. The Congressional Budget Office released an analysis Wednesday reaffirming its earlier findings that the repeal-only bill would mean 32 million additional uninsured people over a decade and average premiums doubling. Oh my gosh. This is just a total frickin' mess. McConnell announced the Senate would vote next week to open debate. I have every expectation that we will be able to get on the bill, although no one seemed quite sure what it will be. Trump's sudden resolve to get Obamacare repealed and replaced came after he's been all issue in a whiplash-inducing series of remarks over recent days and weeks, supporting repeal and replace, straight repeal, and finally doing nothing, so we'll just let Obamacare fail, he declared on Tuesday. And I'll put these tweets here. One, he says, Republicans should repeal failing Obamacare now and work on new health care plan that will start from a clean slate. Dems will join in. No, they won't. They don't like you. As I've always said, let Obamacare fail and then come together and do a great health care plan. Stay tuned. He's going back and forth. He just can't seem to make a decision and stick to it. And all you have to do is look at his timeline to find out that he's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let me see who I got joining me today. Participants. Good morning, Apostematic, Fuckwad, Hunley, hi, Wolf Girl, and Zephanorian. And we did have somebody here earlier that was lurking. He sort of left. I think it was Neilk. So hi, Neilk. Belated, but a hi nonetheless. Good morning, everybody in the chat. It would be nice. Hi, Rhetorical. It would be nice, if we could just repeal it and just give it an open market. Healthcare needs to be an open market. People need to be free to choose. Hey, Sir Wolfie, how you doing? People need to be free to choose their healthcare. I discussed this last night. Hey, Futter. We discussed this last night on Rhetorical stream, and I will probably wind up amending the description to add that stream in the description itself. Yeah, I'm out of creamer too, Zeph. I'm actually taking my coffee black with sugar this morning. Ugh. So let's move on to the next story, shall we? And this is world news. There we go. Brexit negotiator encouraged by talks with European Union. Black was canes and shit. Brussels AP, the European Union and Britain tiptoed forward during their first full negotiation session on their divorce, but made it clear Thursday that the status and authority of the EU's European Court of Justice in any future deal could be a major stumbling block. The UK's chief Brexit negotiator, David Davis, said that 4 days of talks amongst dozens of negotiators had provided, quote, a lot to be positive about, unquote. The EU's chief negotiator, Michel Barnier, continued to show frustration with the lack of detail Britain has shown on the bill it must pay to the 28-nation bloc and the rights of citizens living in each other's nations. Quote, this week's experience has shown we make better progress when our respective positions are clear, unquote, Barnier said. It leaves the negotiators with plenty of work for the rest of the summer and early fall. Since the talks have taken 4 months to fully kick off, negotiators will now be pressed to make up lost time on a host of wickedly complicated issues, which, in comparable international cases like trade agreements, have taken sides years to complete. So they're entering a sticky situation with this, but what else is new? Hey, Mitch the Ripper, how you doing? Instead, both sides face an official March 2019 deadline, but a practical deadline of late fall next year, since any agreement would still face ratification in the EU and its nations. After the first full 4-day session, it has become clear that the legal place of the Court of Justice will likely become the lightning rod in the months to come. A key issue during the 2016 referendum campaign, since British voters felt that an EU court, being superior to a national one, took away an essential piece of sovereignty they so cherished. Yet, Barnier insisted EU citizens also deserve full protection. Quote, "We want our citizens to continue to be protected by EU law, for which reason fundamental importance is placed on the role of the ECJ," unquote. I would use real cream, but I'm completely out of cream. So that is what is going on with Brexit and the talks. Is anybody in our chat in the UK have anything to add to the conversation? I'd really like to hear from you guys. I would really like to plan, a live stream with a few of you to talk about EU matters and things of that nation. Yeah. Yeah. Have Trudeau in power, 90% of the population are cancerous moles that need to rethink their lives. Yeah. I agree with that, Futter. All right. Next one is not going to be that one. Where's mine? Here we go. All right. Over 40 convictions in Rome corruption trial. So let's go over here. And I know it's over here somewhere because we're still in worldview. I picked that one because I thought it was really interesting. All right, here we go. A Rome court on Thursday convicted dozens of defendants in a wide-ranging corruption trial that revealed a system of kickbacks and intimidation to gain control of city contracts, but acquitted all of the defendants on key charges of Mafia-style association. The trial was the first in Italy to unite allegations of corruption with the trappings of organized crime, and the court's across-the-board rejection of the Mafia-style allegations was a blow to prosecutors' case. Media as Mafia capital. Yes, any politics are led to speculation. Yeah, it is. We just have to wait and see how Brexit develops. The court gave the highest sentence to the alleged ringleader, Massimo Carminati, who was handed 20 years in jail, shy of the 28 sought by prosecutors. Just one of the 46 defendants, a gas station operator with alleged mafia ties, was acquitted. They asserted that mafia capital doesn't exist, Ippolito Nasso, Carminati's defense lawyer, told reporters after the verdict. Why don't you use more reputable news sources like Huffington? No, I don't. I don't use shit like that, Futter. I do not use CNN, Huffington Post, or Bustle. Sorry. You know me better than that. Prosecutors say rampant corruption, which involved the management and supply of migrant shelters, sanitation agencies, parks maintenance, and other municipal services, dated back years. The allegations implicated officials from both left-leaning and right-leaning parties, as well as bureaucrats and outside go-betweens. The Codicons consumer group estimated that the collusion on city contracts cost Roman citizens an estimated 1 billion euros. That's about 1.1 billion American dollars. The wrongdoing predates the tenure of Mayor Virginia Raggi, who was present for the verdicts, representing the city as an injured party. There's a very deep wound in the fabric of the city of Rome, Raggi told reporters. What was clearly ascertained today is that there was a criminal association that was able to control the political choices of this city, and we are paying for the damage. We see it every day. Prosecutors have vowed to appeal the verdicts. Yes, I know. I tend to read things out loud when you highlight my name, Futter. All right. Politics, mafia, it's a question of submission. Yeah, it is. It is. It makes you wonder how deep the mafia ties go in the Italian government, because it's really, it gets really iffy. Of course, if you ask them, the mafia doesn't exist. There's always that, the mafia doesn't exist. All right, so one last, oops, there we go. That's what I wanted. Technology. There we go. All right. Facebook charging for news articles? This is the Tech Watch of the morning. Out of New York AP, Facebook is working on a way for news organizations to charge readers for articles they share and read on the social network. Facebook's head of news partnerships, Campbell Brown, said the current plan is to require payments after reading 10 articles from a publisher through Facebook. Brown said at a conference in New York on Tuesday that news organizations have been calling for subscription capabilities. Currently, Facebook's Instant Articles feature, which load faster compared with ongoing to the mobile web, are free, even if they would be behind a paywall on the web. Facebook confirmed Brown's remarks, which were reported by the business website The Street. In a separate statement told to the Associated Press, Brown said Facebook is in early talks with publishers on how we might better support subscription business models. Hi, Wikipedia. Hi, Mr. Scarecrow. How you guys doing? Last week, news publishers said they are seeking permission from Congress for the right to negotiate jointly with Google and Facebook on ads on their issues. So they want to go, or they're deciding. I'm being trolled by CNN. Supposedly trolled by CNN. Hi, everybody. Let me see who else has popped in. Hey, Tailed. Hey, Zeph. I said hey to Wikipedia, hey Mr. Scarecrow, and our CNN. Yeah, you might learn something, Kent News Network. You might learn something. So yeah, it looks like they're trying to do a subscription service on Facebook. Let me see. I know I had a stupid person's story around here somewhere that was submitted by a friend of mine. Yep, here we go. Air freshener in man's car almost killed him when it exploded. Yep, this was submitted by Apostematic. I figured I'd have to put a stupid person's article in here just to lighten the mood a bit from all the other stuff, right? Yep, we have a blackmail artist in the chat. A car was a write-off after it exploded when air freshener fumes ignited from a cigarette. A motorist has had a lucky escape after fumes from a can of air freshener exploded in his car, writing it off. The man suffered burn injuries and the windscreen was sent flying when he lit a cigarette on Sunday evening in a pub car parked in Shrewsbury, Shropshire. Boy, I hope I said that right. He had just sprayed the aerosol in his vehicle and it spontaneously exploded, leaving the passenger door hanging from its hinges. He was taken to Queen Elizabeth Hospital with just minor burns to his head, legs, and arms. Police released pictures of the aftermath outside the Two Henrys pub. A spokesman for the West America Police said it is believed to have been caused when a lighter was in contact with an air freshener that had been sprayed moments earlier within the vehicle. Not very brainy, this guy. That's what the car looked like after it exploded. Yeah, after the shit, yeah. Oh my God. The roof was left badly distorted after the explosion at a pub car park in Shrewsbury. This damaged the vehicle and led to the windscreen being 5 feet away from it. The driver, a man in his 20s, received minor burn injuries following the incident and was taken to Birmingham Queen Elizabeth Hospital by land ambulance for treatment. Sergeant Colonel Robinson of West America Police said this appears to be an isolated incident, I hope so, and did not cause any danger to the wider public. However, this shows the potential dangers that can be caused by spraying aerosol cans within confined spaces. The fire crew, along with members of the ambulance service, also attended the incident, which was described by the emergency services as a freak accident. Screen looked like. A trainee paramedic tended to the injured man, named only as Joe, while waiting for the ambulance to arrive. Residents said the blast was loud enough to rattle the windows of their homes and left others terrified. So, yeah, no, it wasn't foul play. It was just somebody being stupid. So, yeah, I guess somebody didn't tell him about the little air fresheners that hang on the rearview mirror. Right. What's wrong with the little green tree, Wikipedia? Exactly. What's wrong with the little green tree? Yeah, this is the kind of person that passes driver's tests. And there's your stupid human trick for the day. All right, on to the shout-outs. Okay, I figured you guys would get a kick out of that. All right, let's see here. I've got this one. Let's pull it up. Okay, first one is a dear friend of mine. She does poetry. She does response videos. She helped us out on the Daddy-O5 situation. This is Chambers of My Heart, otherwise known as your humble host. She has a lot of insightful videos on here. She is very entertaining. Her poetry is wonderful to listen to, as well as some of her commentary. So y'all come over here, watch some of her content, subscribe if you like her. That's Chambers of My Heart, or otherwise known as your humble host. The next one is not but a silhouette in his videos, but he does have a lot to say, and I'm talking about the Eherduelist. At 275 subscribers, he is dangerously undersubbed. He needs you to go to his channel and watch his content. His content can be funny. It is very insightful, and he is very clear-spoken. You guys go over to Eherduelist channel and check him out. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Next one on our list. He loves all things Roman. He's a smart ass. He's a skeptic. And every time you give him a Wikipedia link, he gets triggered. I'm talking about Martivs Filivs, internet brother to Based Mama. He has all sorts of content on his channel now. He's been doing Let's Plays of games as well as a karaoke live stream. Yes, he did karaoke on his channel. He also does response videos and commentary videos. So y'all go over there and give Marty some love. Watch some of his content. And if you like it, once again, subscribe. That's how you support all of your content creators, by subscribing, liking, and sharing the videos. And the last one on our list, she's shy. She's cute. She's absolutely adorable. She pops up on Twitter all the time. I'm talking about Naylte Puffs. She is absolutely adorable. I love her videos. They're a breath of fresh air after a day of absolute stress. She's an absolute sweetheart, and she's grossly undersubbed at 184 subs. She is back on YouTube and back on Twitter. We all love her. Love. And that is the end of the shout-outs for the day. All right, here we go. And that leads us to our Twitter hashtag. The Twitter hashtag for today is comic book a movie. And this time I'm hitting the latest and not the top. I'm working my way down the list, Futter. Give me a minute. I'll get to you. Thor Whom the Bell Tolls. Hashtag comic book a movie. Daredevil's Advocate. Sandman of Iwo Jima. Spawn of the Dead. Kiss of the Spider-Man. Dark Rain Man. I, Frank Hasselstein. Wow, that was a stretch. Teenage Mutant Samurai Plutos. Madam X-Men, Indiana Jones, and the Last Son of Krypton. One Crazy Scott Summers. Old Boy Wonder. Death Becomes Lex Luthor. The Flash and the Furious. Okay, I like that one. That one's good. Fast and Nick Furious. Dennis the Menace to Society, When Harry Met Spidey, Nick Fury of Time, How Green Was My Lantern, Soylent Green Lantern, I knew that was going to pop up, How Green Was My Arrow, Remember the Teen Titans, The Girl with the Savage Dragon Tattoo, Squirrel Girl Interrupted, Batman and Robin Hood, Captain American Beauty, Kong, Red Skull Island, and Dude, where's my invisible jet? And there's your hashtag comic book a movie. As always, all these links are in the description below if you guys want to check out some more hashtags later. And let me see here. I'm pretty much a lightweight. I do rotate my mentions and my shout outs every now and again, so keep an eye on it. Yeah, where is her invisible jet? How on earth does she find it? You know, that's a good question. I always wondered that myself. It is ever a mystery to me how she finds something that's invisible. But then again, that is Wonder Woman. And if you just heard that, that was my dog shaking his head. As always, friends, thank you for coming. I hope you found the news insightful, the entertainment enjoyable, and I love all of you guys in the chat. So until next time, may your coffee ever flow, may your caffeine be ever strong, and may you have a thoroughly fantastic Thursday. See you guys tomorrow.